If you're over 60 and feel weaker than you used to, even on the days you try your absolute best, then this message is for you. So many older adults believe that losing muscle is just a normal part of aging, that once you pass a certain birthday, your strength slowly slips away. Your arms start to feel lighter. Your legs feel slower. And even simple things like getting up from a chair take more effort than they should. That belief is completely understandable, but it's also incomplete. Here's the part that no one ever seems to explain clearly. After you turn 60, your muscles don't just disappear because you're too old. They fade because the signals that tell them to stay strong are growing quieter. This happens silently. Month by month, year by year, you might still be walking. You might still stay busy. But inside, the muscle fibers that protect your joints, your balance, and your independence are slowly thinning out. And that's exactly why so many people over 60 feel frustrated. They try light workouts at the gym. They lift some small weights. They walk on the treadmill. Yet, the results barely show up. The number on the scale doesn't change. The strength doesn't seem to return. And the soreness lingers for much longer than it used to. So, they end up assuming the gym just isn't for them anymore. But here's what surprises so many seniors. It's not that exercise stops working. It's that most workouts don't speak the language that aging muscles need to hear. As a surgeon once explained to me after decades of working with older bodies, muscles over 60 respond much better to precision than to pressure. They need smart movement, not exhausting routines. They need one specific kind of signal that tells the body, hey, this tissue still matters. We need it. And that signal doesn't require complicated machines. It doesn't require lifting heavy weights. And it definitely doesn't require hours and hours of sweating. In fact, many older adults unknowingly train in a way that actually makes muscle rebuilding much harder. They push themselves too fast. They don't recover for long enough, or they keep repeating movements that no longer match how their joints and nerves have changed with age. This can leave you feeling really discouraged, even a little fearful of moving the wrong way and causing an injury. But here's the hopeful truth. Your body is still listening, even in your 60s, even in your 70s, and yes, even beyond. It just needs the right message delivered in the right way. There is one simple movement, often overlooked, that helps reawaken that message. It's a movement used quietly in recovery rooms and during physical rehabilitation. It's a movement that tells your muscles to engage fully, safely, and efficiently. When you do it correctly, it reminds your body how to rebuild itself from the inside out. In the next part of this video, I'll explain exactly why most seniors miss this entirely and why this simple move works when the gym so often doesn't. To understand why this one move works so well, especially after 60, we need to talk about what's really changing inside our bodies as we age. It's not just about muscle size losing its bulk, it's about communication. Think back to when you were younger. Your brain and your muscles had a crystal clear connection. A simple thought like stand up sent a powerful, direct signal. All the right muscle fibers would fire instantly together to get the job done smoothly. As we get older, that signal can get a little fuzzy. It's not because you are broken or something is wrong. It's a natural process. The nerve pathways that carry those messages can slow down a bit. And our muscles, well, they often stop being challenged in the very specific ways they need to stay sharp and responsive. This is exactly where a lot of well-meaning advice misses the mark. How many times have you heard it? Just stay active. Walk more, move around, lift some light weights. And movement is absolutely good for you. But here's the crucial detail. Generic movement doesn't always rebuild muscle. Walking, for instance, is fantastic for your heart and your circulation, but it doesn't send that strong signal to your muscles telling them to grow stronger. And lifting very light weights with fast repetitions, that often just tires out your joints long before your muscles get the stimulus they need to truly engage and rebuild. Another common pitfall is trying to do too much too soon. Some older adults try to jump back into training the way they did when they were 40. They push hard, they rush through the movements, and they focus more on breaking a sweat than on control and intention. What's the result? More often than not, it's soreness, strain, or just feeling discouraged and giving up. Here's the thing. Aging muscles don't respond best to brute force. They respond to intention. This is something surgeons and rehabilitation specialists see all the time. After an injury or a major surgery, older patients regain their strength faster, not through intense, grueling workouts, but through slow, deliberate, controlled movements. These specific movements do something critical. They reconnect the brain and the muscle. They wake up dormant muscle fibers. You see, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, most of those muscle fibers are still there. They haven't vanished. They are just underused. Almost like they've fallen asleep on the job. Fast, repetitive exercises tend to skip right over them. And trying to lift too heavy can overload your joints before those sleeping fibers even get a chance to activate. But there is a specific type of movement that forces these muscles to fully participate. It requires your focus. It requires you to be slow and intentional. And it sends a very clear, undeniable signal to your body. We still need this strength. Wake up. Another mistake we often make as we get older is ignoring recovery. Recovery isn't just something that happens after you exercise. For us, it becomes part of the exercise itself. Our muscles rebuild and get stronger when the body feels safe and supported, not when it's stressed out and inflamed. Too much exercise can raise inflammation, but too little signal produces no change at all. The sweet spot is the specific, controlled effort followed by adequate rest. This is also why just sitting on gym machines doesn't always deliver the best results for older adults. Machines guide the movement for you externally, but they don't always demand that internal control, that mind-muscle connection that truly builds functional strength. The move you're about to learn is different. It uses your own body weight. It works multiple muscles all at once. And it challenges your balance, your coordination, and your strength all together, just like real life does. Most importantly, it retrains your muscles to fire fully and work together again. Doctors often notice something fascinating. When seniors practice this kind of movement regularly, their everyday tasks get remarkably easier. Standing up from a low chair feels effortless. Climbing a flight of stairs feels safer and more stable. Their balance improves without them even consciously trying to work on balance. That's because the body is relearning how to operate as a complete, integrated system. Not just isolated muscles working on a machine, but real-life, practical strength. And no, this isn't about some extreme, punishing workout. It's all about precision. In the next part of this video, I'm going to walk you step by step through this exact movement. I'll also share a few simple daily habits that make it work safely and effectively. These habits are realistic, they are gentle, and they fit easily into your real, everyday life. So, let's talk about the movement itself. Surgeons and rehabilitation doctors often return to this one specific move because it does something very rare. It reconnotes your strength, balance, and control all in a single, simple action. What is this move? It's the slow, supported sit to stand. Now, I know that might sound way too simple, but its simplicity is exactly why it is so powerful. This isn't about standing up as fast as you can. It's about standing up slowly, deliberately, and with complete awareness of your body. When you do it correctly, this single move activates the largest and most important muscle groups in your body, your thighs, your hips, and your core. It even wakes up the small muscles in your feet and along your spine. These are the muscles that protect your independence. Let's break down how to do it safely, step by step. Let's call this habit number 1. The surgeon's sit to stand. First, find a sturdy chair, one that won't roll away. Place it on a flat, stable surface. Sit tall on the edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Now, here's the key that most people miss. Lean your chest slightly forward. not your shoulders, your chest. This simple shift takes the pressure off your knees and your lower back. You can place your hands lightly on the armrests or on your thighs if you need a little help. Support is absolutely allowed. Now begin to stand up. But do it slowly. Count to 5 as you rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause at the top. Stand tall and just breathe. Then sit back down just as slowly, counting to 5 again. That slow, controlled lowering is just as important as standing up. It tells your muscles to stay engaged and work through the entire range of motion. Just do this 3 to 5 times, maybe once or twice a day. That's it. No rushing, no straining, and absolutely no pain. So why does this work so well? Slow, controlled movement forces your muscles to fire fully. It reactivates the nerve connections that can fade with age, and it trains your body for real-life movements, not just abstract gym patterns. Next is habit number 2. Breathe to strengthen, not to push. Your breathing matters more after 60 than most people realize. If you hold your breath while you move, you increase pressure and tension throughout your body, which makes your muscles tighten up in all the wrong ways. So, during the sit to stand, here's what you do. Inhale deeply before you start to move. Then, exhale slowly and steadily as you stand up. Inhale again at the top, and exhale as you slowly sit back down. This calm breathing tells your nervous system that you're safe, and safe, relaxed muscles rebuild much faster. This is exactly why doctors emphasize breathing in rehabilitation. It's about control, not just oxygen. Habit number 3 is to add the pause for power. Once the basic movement feels comfortable, I want you to add a little pause. When you reach the standing position, just pause for 3 seconds. Stand there. Feel your weight balanced evenly on your feet. Chest held high. This pause is what strengthens your stabilizing muscles, the small crucial muscles that protect you from falls. If you feel a bit unsteady, lightly hold on to a chair or a wall. Safety always comes first. This tiny pause turns a simple movement into a full body signal for strength. Now for habit number 4. Do it when your muscles are warm. Timing really matters. The best time to practice this movement is when your body is already a little bit warm. Maybe after a short walk, some light stretching, or just after you've been moving around in the morning. Cold muscles resist activation, but warm muscles respond much better. This is why many people feel stronger later in the day. You can use that natural rhythm to your advantage. Finally, we have habit number 5. Which might be the most important of all. Stop before fatigue, not after. After 60, progress comes from consistency, not from pushing yourself to exhaustion. You should finish your set feeling like you've worked, but not wiped out. If you start to feel shaky or overly tired, just stop. That's your body's signal. Muscle rebuilding happens when the effort stays controlled. Surgeons often say the goal is to leave the body wanting a little more. That's how your muscles come back stronger than next day. So, what can you expect? Realistically, within the first week or 2, many people notice small but significant changes. Standing up just feels smoother. There's less hesitation, maybe less strain in your knees. Over several weeks, you'll notice your leg strength improving. Your confidence grows and your balance gets better. And it's not because you forced it. It's because you gently reminded your body how to work together again. This isn't a miracle. It's just biology responding to the right signals. In the final part of the series, I'm going to talk directly to you about motivation, overcoming fear, and why it is truly never too late to rebuild strength, no matter your age. If you've made it this far, I want you to hear something very clearly. Your body is not done. Not at 60, not at 70, and not even later than that. So many seniors quietly start to believe they've missed their chance. That strength was something for their younger years. That now The only goal is to simply get by. But here's the thing. The human body just doesn't work that way. Muscle isn't just tissue. It's communication, and that communication can absolutely be restarted. Surgeons see this incredible truth every single day. They see patients in their 60s, 70s, and beyond regain significant strength after a major illness or a big surgery. How? Not through some extreme punishing effort, but through the right kind of movement done consistently. What matters most isn't how hard you push yourself. It's how clearly you signal your body. The slow, controlled sit-to-stand exercise sends that signal. It's like a message you're sending directly to your muscles. It says, I still need strength. It says, I still expect support. And most importantly, it says, I still want my independence. And guess what? The body listens. You don't need a fancy gym membership. You don't need any special equipment. And you certainly don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. All you need is a chair, a few focused minutes, and the willingness to move with real intention. Now, some days will feel easier than others, and that's perfectly normal. Progress after 60 is not a straight, steep line. It's more like a gentle upward curve. There will be days when you feel stiff, days when your energy feels low. Those are not failures. Please hear me on this. Those are messages. They are telling you to slow down, not to stop. When you choose to move with respect for your body instead of just forcing it, your body responds with trust. And trust is the secret ingredient that allows muscles to rebuild. If you've been afraid of exercise, I want you to know that your fear makes perfect sense. Falls hurt more now. Pain can linger longer. But avoiding movement entirely actually leads to more weakness, not less. This one simple move, the sit-to-stand, is a safe bridge back to confidence. It's controlled, it's familiar, and it's completely adaptable to your personal level. You can make it easier by not sitting all the way down. You can make it slower. You can use your hands for support. What matters is that you show up consistently. Just 3 to 5 careful repetitions, maybe once or twice a day. That's not overwhelming, is it? That's doable. And over time, those small, simple actions stack up. They compound. They protect your legs. They protect your balance. And they protect your independence. And maybe, just maybe, most importantly, they protect your belief in yourself. Because every single time you stand up with control, you are reminding your body and your mind that strength is still possible. If this message helped you today, I want you to take a moment to reflect on just one thing. Not what you used to be able to do, but what you can begin doing today. Start small, stay patient, and stay consistent. Your muscles are listening, and they are ready to respond. Thank you for watching. If this was helpful, please consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear this message too.